Hi everyone, it's Esther here and welcome to this live stream. I don't think anyone's on yet, but I've just accepted a load of new people in. So hello to you new people. I hope that you are okay. I'm just gonna waffle for a moment just in case anybody does come and join me. Just checking to see if anyone else wants to come in. So there's a couple more people. Looks like Tracy's gone on a mega invite binge. So oh hi Ruth, lovely to see you here, sweetheart. Hello, hope you're doing okay. So I will make a start now. I will start talking to you. I'm sure you don't want to hear me waffling. So I decided to do this live stream this evening because partly because I need it and partly because I can see a lot of stress. There's an awful lot of stress going on. I mean, everyone, I think the entire world is stressed at the moment. And it's understandable. You know, we kind of need to be a little bit careful and a little bit aware about what's going on with this virus. It is quite, it's all gone a bit mad, isn't it? It just feels like everything's gone crazy all of a sudden. I mean, it feels like the world's been crazy for a while, but let me touch my face. Apparently I'm not supposed to be doing that. Yeah, it's all gone a bit nuts. And I was looking through Facebook this morning and seeing lots of very stressed out people. And I got to thinking about how stress actually is playing into what's going on so much. You know, we've been seeing these mad scenes with people fighting over toilet roll and stuff. And people are on this high alert, high fear frame of mind now. And that puts us into a really strange space emotionally. You know, when we're stressed, the stress response is there to keep us safe, to keep us from harm. So when your stress response is activated, you go into the fight or flight mode. And we're very much feeling that we can't, it's tough to escape this because, you know, the virus is out there and other people. And so the only thing that people have got when they're feeling this stress, this high level of stress, is the fight mode. So people are fighting over things. People are acting in ways that they wouldn't be acting if they were thinking with their rational minds. And one thing that stress does is it takes us out of the rational mind. So I got to thinking that it would be a really good thing if we all take a deep breath and find ways to manage our stress collectively and individually a little bit. Because while, yes, we do need to take precautions, you know, we do need to follow the advice on keeping our hands clean and avoiding people who've got this very contagious virus, we still need to be able to function. And we still need to be able to live inside our heads. It's all feeling so stressed. It's like all everybody or anybody seems to be talking about at the moment is this virus, and it's really occupying everyone's mind. I was at the Climate Centre yesterday, and the only conversations I was hearing around the room, apart from people discussing climbing techniques, was about this virus. It's becoming such a big thing in our lives now that it is taking over our thoughts and our lives so much. And, you know, if you're looking at the news, it looks like it's going to do that more. So I wanted to talk about why we need to manage our stress levels for our own well-being and to share some ways to help you when you are feeling stressed, when you are feeling tense. So one of the things about stress, and stress affects every aspect of your being. It affects your mental well-being, your emotions, your physical health. And one of the things that high levels of stress does is it kind of lowers the immune system, makes you a little bit more vulnerable to infection. So if you can keep your stress levels down, it's not like it's not going to like create a magical shield around you, but it's going to help to keep your body strong, stronger, to help you to fight off any illness you might catch. So for your own resilience, if you can manage your stress levels, you're going to be physically healthier, you're going to be physically stronger, and you're going to be emotionally more able to deal with whatever happens. You know, we don't know from hour to hour what's happening in the country at the moment, or in the world. So the more you can keep a grip of your own stress levels, the happier and the better able you're going to be able to deal with what is happening and what is going to happen. One of the things with fear and stress is it is all about past and future thinking. It's about worrying what might happen. It's about worrying about what did happen. And the more we can be in the present moment, right now, right here, right now, what is happening right here, right now, in this very moment, the more we can focus on the present moment, the more we can keep the stress levels down. So right now, right now you are where you are, how you are. That's where it is. Rather than worrying about what may happen tomorrow, what may happen in a fortnight, what may happen in a month. We don't know, and we can wake ourselves up into a terrible state worrying about what might happen. So if we can stay in the present moment, then we can keep ourselves calm and grounded and happier. And taking deep conscious breaths is a really powerful way to be able to do that. When you breathe, and you breathe really consciously, you become completely connected. Your mind and your body become in this, they're in the same place. It's like, you know, my body is here, but my mind could be somewhere else, thinking about something else, thinking about a different place, thinking about a different person, thinking about the future, thinking about the past. But when you're focusing your attention onto your breath and breathing consciously, you are in the present moment. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about other places, other people. You're just thinking about your breath. So that is the most basic thing that you can do with your breath to bring yourself into a place of calm and reduce your stress in a moment, is take a few deep breaths and really concentrate on that breath as you're taking it. So, you know, rather than just breathing but thinking about something else, when you're doing that breath, when you're taking that breath, really focus on that breath. Really be aware of the breath. Feel the breath coming in through your nostrils. Feel it expanding your lungs. Feel that release as you're breathing out. And be super tuned in to what is happening in your breath. So I would like to just guide you through 3 deep breaths now, and we're going to take 3 6-second breaths. And what I would like you to do, or would invite you to do, is to sit up, make sure your back is nice and straight. So make sure you've got a really straight spine, have your shoulders back, so you're not pushing your chest out too much, but you've got a straight back and your shoulders are relaxed, and your head up and your neck straight. And you can close your eyes if you want to, you don't have to. So we're going to breathe in and out, filling the lungs completely, so you'll feel your abdomen expand, you'll feel your chest expand as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, you'll feel them contracting, getting smaller as they empty all that air, letting go of that air from inside the lungs. And when we're doing this, I want you to really focus on making sure that you are letting go and releasing that air, so you're emptying the lungs completely and making space in your lungs then for the next inhalation. So we'll start now. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's just 3 deep breaths. Give yourself a little shake out now, so just loosen up the arms. And you can do that. As you see, I had my eyes open that time. I normally would do that with my eyes closed, but I just wanted to show you that you can do it with your eyes open, because you can do this wherever you need to do it. I've done this when I'm driving. I've done it when I'm in traffic. I've done it when I'm in a queue at the supermarket. I've done it when I'm in work, and I've done it in all kinds of places where I've been feeling anxious, where I've been feeling my stress levels rising a little bit and I want to calm down. And you can just take those deep breaths, and nobody actually needs to know you're doing it. So it's not something that you need to draw attention to. You can just take those deep, full breaths, and it will calm your nervous system. It will lower your stress levels, and it will bring your body into that relaxed state where you're able to kind of let go of the anxiety and think clearly and think about your next step from that calmer state of mind. It's very good for avoiding the stress-related, oh God, I wish I hadn't said that, which sometimes happens when you're reacting out of anger or hurt or upset or stress. It saved me from saying things I regret quite a few times in the last 5 years, and I'm sure my life would have been quite different if I'd known about that before the last 5 years as well. So that is just a really simple technique that you can do, and you can do that anytime, any place, anywhere. It's a great one to teach to your kids. It's really good to help them, because children need to know how to manage their emotions, and I think it can be quite hard, especially when the world is mad around them and they don't understand what's going on, and it can be quite overwhelming for children. So if you teach them that simple 6 seconds, children would need to do 4 seconds because their lungs are smaller, so they can't do 6 seconds. You want to teach them, if you're going to teach your children, give them a 4-second breath. So that they can actually expand their lungs that much, maybe even a 3 if they're small. But if you teach them how to do that, how to manage their emotions with their breath, then that's a really powerful tool that you're sharing with your kids, that will serve them well as they grow up as well. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to teach you is, it's not so much a breath practice, it's a physical practice. It's brilliant. I'm sure I've done it before in this group. Those of you who come to my classes locally will have done this. It's a practice that in the tradition I've trained in, we call it throwing out. And it is a physical releasing practice. So you're literally throwing out. Just throw out whatever it is that's on your mind. Now, I'm going to show you this standing up. So I'm going to be standing up to do this. I'm going to show it to you once. I would normally do it 3 times, but without being able to sort of see you interacting with me. It's just a weird way to do it on a live stream. So I'm going to start with shaking my right hand. Okay, so when you're doing this, you think about something you want to release. Think about anything that's bugging you, anything that's upset you. Think about releasing it and letting it go. And then we're going to do the left. And what you're letting go of in this is your attachment to the issue, your anxiety around the issue, your stress around the issue. So I've swapped my right hand now. And the left, because it might be a person and you can't do anything about that. It might be, mad things happening in the world, you can't do anything about those, but what you can do is control how you're going to react to it. And you can choose to release your worry, because most of the time worry doesn't work. So we're just shaking both hands all around, moving up and down the body, over to the left, over to the right, just shaking it all up. And you're going to be thinking about what you're releasing. And then we're going to catch up all of that worry, breathe in and bring it into yourself. And then we're going to release and use up a streaker. Just throw it away. Okay, and then we can do that. You can do that as many times as you need to. If you're feeling really anxious, you might want to do it more. I would normally do it 3 times. In fact, let's do it a couple more times because it's not really good. So I'm going to shake around. Keep shaking, and we're going to release some more tension. And breathe in. And release. And do one more. And really giving it a good shake this time. Make sure you're going to release all of that tension, all of that stress. And breathe in. And release. And then just give your arms a little swing at the side of your body. And then we're going to take a moment to rest. So have your arms alongside your body. Keep the palms forward. Close your eyes. And breathe slowly. Feeling the muscles relax. You might feel a little tingling in your arms and your shoulders. The muscles relax, release. Feel your breath. And back to normal. Okay. All right, so that's throwing out. Now, you might want to do that at a time when you might not want to be waving your arms like that. You know, you might feel you might be in the middle of the office, you might be in the middle of a crowded street, you might be anywhere. I did this once standing outside a coffee shop in my local village, where what I did, because I was feeling really anxious at the time, I was having some issues with my ex-partner, and I really needed to release some of this furious, and I was really upset and I was really stressed. And so all I did was I just shook my hands and I just went, you can't actually see, let me just move. So I was shaking my hands and then I would, and I did it really quickly and pretty quietly because I was on a main road outside a coffee shop. I didn't really want to attract too much attention to what I was doing. But even just doing that short, small movement really helped because it's a mental process as much as it's a physical process. So mentally, I was still releasing that tension. And that sound, that's called a streaker. And that really does help for you to be able to really embody that release, to be able to really feel that release because you're pushing up from your diaphragm, you're pushing up all the air from your lungs, and it does feel very releasing. So that is another practice that you can do when you're feeling very tense. Now I've noticed this, and those of you who saw my video on Tuesday night would know I've had a bit of an emotionally challenging week with a relationship breakup, and I've been very upset and up and down emotionally, shall we say. And I've noticed that when I feel really upset, I tend to sort of breathe, and I'm doing that noisy sort of release because what I'm doing is forcing the air out of my lungs. So when you are feeling really anxious, really overwhelmed emotionally, the more you can really, make that release of air tangible to yourself. So whether it's with a sound or whether it's with a physical movement, it really helps to kind of make that release real, make it tangible to you. So when you're feeling really stressed, if you release the air noisily and you're forcing the air from your lungs, from your diaphragm rather, and using the diaphragm to push the air out of your lungs, it really helps. It really helps with that sense of release and letting go of those emotions that are, because breath and emotions are really connected. So if you've got emotions that are kind of tight in you, and they're causing you anxiety and discomfort, then you can release them through your breath. So that kind of breath really does help. Now, you wouldn't want to do that in the middle of the office or, you know, in public, but it really is a very helpful practice that you can do. So I wanted to also now, so we've looked at just sitting, focusing on the breath and throwing out, and that Bastrika, which is that breath. I wanted to show you a really lovely practice, which is known as Savitri Pranayama. Rachel, if you're still here, I know you know Savitri Pranayama. So Savitri Pranayama is, it's a practice where we breathe in and then we hold the breath, and then we breathe out and then we hold the breath. And when you do this to a 6 second breath, so you breathe in for 6 seconds and then you hold the breath for 3, you breathe out for 6 seconds and then you hold the breath for 3. That is supposedly very good for balancing the emotions, which is very helpful during a time of high stress, high global stress even. So if you can balance your own emotions, then you're going to be taking care of yourself, because the worst thing that we can do, I think, is get caught up in other people's stress. As long as you can stay centered and balanced in your own emotional state, and you can take responsibility and take care of your own emotional well-being, then you're going to be okay. You know, you're giving yourself the best chance of being okay. You know, we can't do anything about what's out there, but what we can do is take care of us in here. So Savitri Pranayama is quite tricky to get used to. It is a, you know, if you're not used to holding your breath and what have you done many times, Tracy, when you're a dentist? Other people's stress, I'm guessing, is it dealing with other people's stress? So yeah, so Savitri Pranayama, if you're not used to practices where you hold your breath, it can take a little bit of getting used to. When you come to the point where you are going to hold the breath, if you swallow, so you, as if you're swallowing some food or some liquid, that helps with the holding of the breath, whether it's the in-breath or the out-breath. So I'm going to run you through 3 rounds of Savitri Pranayama. You know, if your lung capacity isn't big enough that you can do 6 seconds, then don't join in with this. Don't force your lungs. If it's uncomfortable, if you really struggle with it, don't force your lungs to go for the 6 seconds. I can do another time. I can do one this 4 second pranayama, which doesn't have quite the same effect, but it would help you to get there. So if you do need me to do a shorter practice at some point, let me know in the comments, and I'll do another live stream at another time. Okay, but we'll do this 3 rounds of 6 seconds Savitri Pranayama. So if you, again, sit with your back straight, my hands are just flat on my sides, my feet are flat on the floor. Make sure that you're sitting up straight. It doesn't matter so much about where your hands are. Try and keep your feet flat if you can. Relax your shoulders and have your neck straight. And we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, and then just breathe normally. Okay, so that is Savitri Pranayama. It's a fantastic practice to do. It's really great for if you're struggling to sleep. It's very good for relaxation. It's a really lovely relaxation practice, and it's one that I often use if I'm kind of unable to sleep at night, which does happen sometimes. So yeah, focus here. A few rounds of that helps to relax the mind, relax the body, and you can just fall asleep. So that's a really good one. Do let me know if you need me to do a shorter breath practice of that, and I'll do it another time for you. So I am going to finish this live stream. If anybody has any questions, by the way, do let me know. Drop them in the comments and I will answer them, either during the live stream or afterwards. So if you're watching on the replay, you can still put your questions in. I will answer them when I get the notification about them. So unless there are any questions now, I'm going to end with a relaxation for you. So for this relaxation, if you are, if you're able to lie down nice and straight and flat, not on a load of cushions on your sofa. If you're able to lie down flat and straight, that's going to be best. You want to get your body into a position where you are able to relax your whole body. So that means that your legs are relaxed, your neck is relaxed. Preferably your body should be straight. I would normally have people doing this on the floor, on a yoga mat, without a pillow, because then your body is nice and straight and you're able to fully relax. Because pillows kind of put the neck at a funny angle and make it quite uncomfortable for your neck to be able to relax. But get yourself into a really comfortable position. If you want to stay sitting, then do, but again, make sure your back is nice and straight and relax your shoulders, relax your whole body and have your feet flat on the floor. And you're welcome, Ruth. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we're going to do the 22-point relaxation. It's a body scan relaxation. So you may have done or heard of these before. So we're going to be working through the body, just relaxing each part of the body as we go. This is another great one for bedtime. I remember my mum when I was a little girl and I couldn't sleep. I remember my mum telling me to go through my body and tell my body to relax. So even my mum, who's not at all into yoga, but even my mum knew about this when I was a kid, and I think that's great. I love that memory. I never really did it very much because I didn't have the attention span to be able to keep doing it. But I love that I can remember my mum teaching me to do that. So anyway, if you're lying down now or wherever you are, close your eyes so that you can relax completely. If you're lying down flat on the floor, have your feet together and allow your have your heels together, sorry, and then just allow your feet to flop open. Have the arms alongside the body with the palms up. And just shut your chin towards your chest so that your neck is straight. And then mentally scan your body to see if there's anywhere where you need to make a little bit of an adjustment to make yourself comfortable. And then bring your attention to your breath. Just paying attention to your breath for a moment. Notice the inhalation. Feel what's happening in your body as you breathe in. Feel that expansion as your lungs fill with air. And as you breathe out, feel that letting go. Releasing everything that is no longer working for you, or serving you. Relaxing the body, relaxing the mind, releasing tension, releasing worry, releasing stress, clearing the way for more goodness to come into your lungs and into your life. The more you can release and let go, the more you make space for the good things to come in your life. And this is true of the breath and everything else in life. Clear away the stuff that isn't needed anymore. Make way for the good things that are coming. Now you're going to take your attention down to your toes, thinking about your toes, and relax your toes. Now think about the rest of the feet, soles of your feet, top of your feet, ankles, the heels, and relax. Moving up the calves, thinking about the calf muscles, and relax. Moving up the thighs, and relax. Coming up to the buttocks, and relax. Thinking about your pelvic area, and relax. Thinking about the lower back and the hips, and relax. Thinking about your abdomen, relax. Moving your attention now up the spine, thinking about the muscles of the back and the shoulder blades, and relax. Thinking now about the chest, and allowing the chest to relax. Taking your attention now down to your hands, relaxing the whole of the hands. Moving up the lower arms, the elbows and the upper arms, relax. Taking your awareness now to your shoulders, relax. Think now about your neck, and relax. Moving now to the jaw, making sure that the jaw is relaxed. Opening the mouth of the O, relax. Relaxing the tongue and the whole of the mouth. Coming up now to the cheeks and the nose, relax. Taking your awareness now to the eyes, the whole area around the eyes, relax. Moving now to the forehead, relax. Taking your attention behind your ears, relax. And moving to the back of the head, relax. Coming now to the top of the head, relax. And bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows. And hold your awareness there. Your whole body relaxing, your mind relaxed, your whole being relaxed. Just enjoy a short moment. Just savor this feeling of relaxation and quiet. And I'll call you back in a moment. Just breathe. Back to your breath now. Taking a deep breath. Moving your fingers, moving your toes, and open your eyes. And smile. And then hopefully that will have left you feeling nicely relaxed. And if it's bedtime where you are, it certainly is for me. I hope that's going to help you to just take yourself off to bed now and get a good night's sleep. I am going to be switching my laptop off in about 30 seconds after I finish this and going to bed. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that it was useful for you. And if you have any questions, any comments, any thoughts, then I would love to hear from you. Do drop me a comment. You can drop me a message, anything at all. Just get in touch and let me know. And take care of yourselves. Do try and stay calm. Obviously, take care of yourself and, you know, follow whatever advice we're given or you're given wherever you are. Look after yourselves and stay calm. We'll write this out and it will be okay and we'll get through this. Deep breaths and let's stay calm and let's not panic too much. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.